Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is May 16, 2022. And today is Monday morning. So welcome back, everybody. Looking at the highlights of the day. Markets really wavering after a rocky week. Now, there's no major economic events scheduled for today. But as we look at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the major pairs remain on their lows. While looking at the indices, the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ both bounce. Looking at commodities, gold trading lower. Why? Oil retracing at resistance. Looking at the tech stocks, it's really what bounced the market last Friday. Now, lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin pretty much unchanged as we look at today's trading. So let's look at the markets and see what we can expect from this week's trading. So here we are. We are starting with the Euro USD and a 4-hour chart. And we are on the lows, 104-ish level. Let's move to a weekly chart to give us perspective. We broke that 107, which means that we're lower than where we were in the beginning of the pandemic, right? This is the beginning of the pandemic, February 2020. Now, looking at monthly, we're right there, okay? And this could mean that we could falter further on the downside here. Looking at the GBP USD, also just right there, trading at 122.40-ish level and bouncing off that level. Now, this is a supportish area. It's not support, but a supportish area. So just keep it in mind, okay? This may be a place where we do bounce. Looking at the Australian dollar also at 68-ish level. If you look at a weekly, it broke that 69-ish level, but really at this area, we are hitting a supportish area as well. So just keep that in mind. And lastly, the Rand, 16.20 right now, as it did default versus the US dollar. We're also looking at a weekly chart. So if it breaks up above 16.20, we could see it go back to the 17-ish level as well. Now, looking at commodities, first looking at gold, trading at 18.06 this morning, just hitting that 18-ish level. Now, this may take us back to where we were previously before we took this upside momentum after Russia had declared war on Ukraine. So we are back at these areas, okay? So I do expect some sort of continued sell-off maybe to the 1780-ish level and then bounce, okay? So we do have several areas here where we do have small support. Now, looking at crude oil, we retraced at 110 once again. That seems to be the upper level, and the lower level is at 98. So we're trading right now at 108-ish level and very close to both the 8-day moving average and jumping off of it. Okay, so just keep it in mind. Okay, I mean, this may jump above 110, but probably not. Okay, since it's had 3 times a go on it. But keep in mind that it is at the top of range, and that means it's solidifying. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, we're trading right now at 31,967. We're down about 20 handles this morning. Now, this may be a, as we call it, a dead cat bounce, which means that it's going to go further down here and go back down to this 31,200-ish level, okay, which may really be the case this morning. So keep an eye on this as this continues to unfold as well. Looking at the NASDAQ Ultra also trading at 12,300-ish level, also showing some weakness after hitting this moving average at this area. Now, looking at the individual stocks, they all bounced. Apple bounced, okay, but not big bounce, but bounced. If we look at Microsoft, it bounced a little bit, okay, to 198. Microsoft, excuse me, that was Facebook. Microsoft trading at 260. If we look at a daily chart, it bounced a little bit, 260 on lower volume though. Okay, this is really the important part because it's lower volume. That means that there may be still some selling pressure coming. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Amazon also bounced a little bit to 2260, but still showing some weakness. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin trading at 29,000, just shy of that 30,000. So this may take us further down. Okay, this might be something that is going to test these lows once again. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.